This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is brought to you thanks to the support of Generations Bank, Little John Orthodontics, Bill Cram Chevrolet, DeSanto Propane, Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, Brad Van Dusen Photography, It's a Wonderful Run 5K, Penny's Place Family Restaurant, Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies, Red's Place in downtown Seneca Falls, Wilson Press and Mail House, Connie's Diner, Stever's Garage and Jimmer's Auto, and FingerLakes1.com digital marketing.
Happy holidays and welcome live inside Geneva High School, where tonight the Marcus Whitman Wildcats take on the Geneva Panthers. Live high school basketball here on FingerLakes1.com. Glad you could join us tonight. I'm Jim Sinicropi alongside Kevin Sharp, and Merry Christmas, Sharpie.
Right back at you, Jim.
It was a great holiday week, and one day after Christmas, we're in the gym ready for a great game.
Can't get any better than this. There's only 3 games in all Section 5 tonight, and by far this is the highlight of the slate.
So a lot of familiar faces on both these teams.
Absolutely. Marcus Whitman, they return everybody except John Donovan from last year, so you expect them to get right into the rhythm. And Geneva, one thing that impressed me about Geneva is we've seen these kids for about 3 years now, a lot of the kids, Nick Askin and Parker Bossard and Liam Ryan. Yes. Yeah. What impresses me about them is how they've filled out physically. They've turned from boys into basically young men. But they've got a couple players that are just stepping right in and really, really contributing.
So new faces as well, and really excited for the first time on Finger Lakes 1 tonight to see a couple guys on Geneva, Junior Martin and Nasir Harrison.
Yeah, I saw them play against Wayne earlier this year, and they really kind of took the game over in spurts. Extremely athletic, real high basketball IQ. I'm really looking forward to following them, not just this year, but next year too, because they're special talents.
There's a look at Devon Martin right there, also known as Junior Martin, and new look on the bench for Geneva, too, with Matt Desering taking over for Brian Miller.
A long-time assistant here. I mean, he stepped in. I think he coaches 3 different sports here at Geneva, so he's very familiar with these kids. He's coached them all the way up through. He's very involved with the youth program over at the Boys and Girls Club. So, I mean, it's a natural fit for Geneva.
And Brian Miller's trademark defensive half-court style. Coach Desering kind of turning it up a notch. They're running up and down, getting up and down.
Yeah, certainly. When I saw them play against Wayne this year, they really came out. They tried to create havoc with that press and make it a 94-foot game rather than just a half-court game.
So we're about ready to get underway here. Should be a good one. Geneva comes into the season at 4-1, 2-1 in the Finger Lakes East. Marcus Whitman 5-1. Their only loss at the Atwood Gymnasium in Lyons a couple weeks ago, playing an independent schedule after winning the Finger Lakes West 4 consecutive years, trying to get ready for sectionals with this group that Coach O'Connor's brought up since they've been in 5th grade. And we are underway. Geneva in the home whites, Whitman in the away blues, and there's Devon Martin with the ball right there, top of the key with the, he'll be easy to identify by those sneakers. And Jagger Kerr drives and gets stopped by the Wildcat defense. And here goes Martin right into Liam Prendergrass, and they call an offensive foul.
That's trademark Whitman right there. They played a pretty soft man-to-man. They were helping. They were switching. Guy slid over that time. Liam slid over and took the offensive foul.
Coach O'Connor's pretty happy to have Seth Benedict back in the lineup, too. He missed the whole beginning of the season, played his first game against Early College last week. Says he's 100%. He had a foot surgery following the football season.
And I believe he's going to be playing Division II lacrosse as well.
Yes, talented lacrosse player. Great athlete. Key component to this squad. As Jagger Kerr gets it to Nick Askin, lets a 3-ball go. No good.
Great box out.
Liam Prendergrass, one of the better big men we'll see in the Wayne Finger Lakes this year as well.
He's making his presence known already. Drew an offensive foul, did a great job boxing out, and grabbed the rebound.
And that was Ryan Harad to Pendergrass. Now down on the block to Benedict. A little fade away. Can't get it to go. And here comes Jagger Kerr. Still scoreless here. 6:39 to go, first period. Junior Martin for 3. No. Big rebound there
by Liam Ryan.
And that'll be a foul on Aiden Royston. So, Sharpie, a lot of these Marcus Whitman players, we first got to look at them as sophomores when they took on North Star Christian in the semis of sectionals a few years ago, and now they're starting 5.
Well, a couple of them were freshmen.
Yeah, at the time, right.
Royston and I think Lehu were both freshmen at the time, I believe.
And Harad as well, or Ryan Harad, junior now, Aiden Royston, a junior, and Jordan Lehu, a junior. Yeah. And Lehu picking up the slack for John Donovan, who graduated and ran the point for 5 years for Coach
so
O'Connor.
he's a 5-year varsity player.
Nice cut by Benedict. Finishes with the right hand, and he's fouled.
That right there was one of my keys to the game. Geneva has to be patient defensively because Marcus Whitman's going to run their offense, and they're going to look to get easy shots, and they're going to take 20, 25 seconds off the shot clock. So if Geneva can keep playing defense for that amount of time and not look to get out and run, I think Marcus Whitman will have some trouble scoring in the half court.
And it's 3-0 Whitman. Early foul goes to Parker Bossard. And Geneva still looking for the first point. 6 minutes left here, first period. Full house here in Geneva. And we got a timeout. That'll give us a good chance to talk about the Ferrara Lumber keys to tonight's game, Sharpie.
Yeah, I think one of the things for Marcus Whitman, I think they're going to have to handle Geneva's pressure. And the best way to handle the pressure is not let Geneva score so they can set up their pressure. Another thing I believe is they have to limit their second chance points for Geneva because they go to the boards awful hard. You saw Liam Ryan go in there get an offensive rebound from the guard position. For Geneva, I think they got to create that havoc on defense, make it be a 94-foot game, and be patient defensively because, like I said a few minutes ago, Marcus Whitman's going to run their offense. They're going to set a lot of back screens, double screens, and a lot of movement. So they have to be patient on defense and not look to just get out and run.
Check out FerraraLumber.com when planning your next home improvement project. Easy access now with Baird Street back open in Seneca Falls as of this morning. And that was a nice move by Kerr, but a little too strong over the rim. And now here comes Whitman, hanging in the air and not finishing is Aiden Royston. And it'll be out to Geneva.
You're right, this place is filling up.
We were here a year ago this week for Lions North Star Christian and Geneva Rochester Prep, a doubleheader in the same event, but this year only 3 teams. We'll get to tell you a little bit more about that in a second as muscling his way up and finishing is Parker Bossard, and it's a 3-2 game here, 5:14 to go first quarter. Yeah, they Lions was going to be the 4th team here, and they're going to play a normal tournament like they did last year. Well, here comes Junior Martin the other way into the lane and swallowed up by Pendergrass, but this time it's a foul on the big fella. But Lions already plays Whitman twice because Whitman playing the independent schedule. It's strange. They play Minders twice. They're playing this game against Geneva. They're playing Lions twice. So if Lions participated this year as they had in the past, there was a chance they would play Marcus Whitman 3 times, so they opted out. And so now Junior Martin makes the first of 2. So now there'll be 1 game each of the next 2 nights. Right. This is the only one that you're going to see on Finger Lakes 1. But tomorrow it will be North Star Christian Geneva. And then on Saturday night it will be North Star Christian Whitman back here in Geneva. There's a turnover. Pull-up jumper from Kerr. Good.
Nice shot.
Geneva takes their first lead of the game. It's 5-3 with 4:37 to go. Nice look for a cutting Benedict. Very unselfish. Lehu for 3. Mark it down.
I think he had 4 threes against Lions a couple weeks ago. Shooting the ball extremely well.
Son of Marcus Whitman's athletic director, Paul Lehu. And Junior Martin hands off to Kerr, and he throws it away. And Lehu wisely slows it up. His Wildcats lead by 1.
Pendergrass is calling for it.
Oh. Off the side of the backboard. Now here comes Liam Ryan with it. Spins. Little floater. Got it.
I love Liam Ryan's game. Just under control all the time. He looks to penetrate. Very team-oriented, pass-first type point guard.
Now Benedict brings it across the timeline. Gets it over to Harad. Tapped out of bounds.
Geneva's really impressive with their man-to-man defense tonight.
And Noah Hildreth checks in as Benedict takes a seat. And Junior Martin checks out for Geneva. Into the corner, goes to Lehue, picks up his dribble, he's double teamed.
Geneva's size in the backcourt's really causing some problems for Whitman right now.
Get our first look at Wyatt Patchett checking into the game. He's a 6'4 junior, younger brother of Reed Patchett. Driving and hanging, but not finishing is Royston. And quickly the other way comes Geneva. Kerr in the corner. Drives against Royston into the middle to Askin, misses the jumper. Wyatt Patchett with the rebound, and it's out of bounds. Referees for tonight's ball game, Ryan Chapman and Pete Fravor.
Two of the best in Section 5, without a doubt.
So these two teams used to be Finger Lakes East opponents going back, at least 20 years now, right? Before Whitman moved from the east to the west. Whitman, along with Minders Academy and Penn Yan, were the smallest schools in the east as a missed shot comes out to Liam Ryan. Picks up his dribble and swings it to the corner for three. No good. Nick Askin off the mark, but Askin again. That's two fouls on Pendergrass.
Yep. Geneva's really hitting the offensive boards hard there. I think that's probably 4 offensive rebounds they've corralled already.
So now Nick Askin goes to the line. Minders for a few years went to the west as well.
Right.
I don't think they lost a game when they went to the west, honestly, for 2 or 3 years there with Coach Mike Fields.
Right.
Connor Tomian checking into the game too. He's just a sophomore. Got off to a great start to the season. Wearing number 32, boxing out Martin, and
good hustle.
Good hustle there by Wyatt Patchett, but it'll go to Whitman.
When Minders was in the west, did they switch with Whitman and them come to the east and Whitman go to the west? Was that about the same time?
I think Whitman was still in the west at the time, yeah. Okay. You're going back maybe 7 or 8 years. It was just 1 or 2 years that they did. But it is a big discrepancy as the pass goes down on the block. A little turnaround jumper rims out from Harad, and it's out of bounds. Big discrepancy in the size of schools. So Geneva's a B1 school. Traditionally in the past, they've been A2, along with Wayne.
Right.
Wayne's the biggest school in the east at A2. Whitman C1, Minders B2. That's just a pretty big discrepancy.
It really is.
But on the other hand, Marcus Whitman won the Finger Lakes West 4 straight years, and they've only lost 1 league game in the last 3 years. Yeah. So this group has their eye on a sectional title, and I think that Coach O'Connor realized he needs to challenge his team in the regular season as Nasir Harrison gets on the board. And so he's playing games like this.
Absolutely. I got to applaud him for that. And we can get to that a little bit later. Because I really think what they're doing is really great for this year's group.
And that ball goes out of bounds to Geneva.
Nasir Harrison is such a strong player. I mean, he was one of the best players in all of Section 5 in football this year. And just look at the body on him.
He's got the basketball out top to Pereira. And they swing it. Askin, Junior Martin, baseline, hangs and finishes. So Martin has 3 turnover. Here comes Pereira head of the pack over to Martin. Martin almost had it stolen from behind by Lehue. And now we have Carson Miller, 5'10 junior, checking into the ball game. Both teams pretty deep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And both teams, I think, looking at their personnel and are looking at making a sectional run later this year. Pull-up jumper no good there by Noah Hildreth. And quickly the other way. Up and down they go tonight in Geneva, and hanging and not finishing Harrison. Rebound by Wyatt
Martin.
And Martin finally gets the putback. So pair of offensive boards there. Martin has 5, and we got another turnover. Askin scoops it up, gives it to Martin. Baseline, Hanks blocked
Jump ball
by Connor Tomian.
It's going to go to Whitman.
So 14-6. A lot of these points coming off second chances and turnovers.
Right. But what a great schedule Coach O'Connor's put together for these guys.
They opened up with a win against Calmum at Wayland Cohocton. A nice 9-point win. Then they beat Minders, a team that beat them pretty handily a year ago in Seneca Falls. World of Inquiry beat Livonia, lost at the Atwood in Lyons. They will play Lyons again in Rushville later in January. And another miss from Whitman. Pereira up to Harrison, back to Pereira. Drives right side, and no call. The ball goes out of bounds. And then they beat Early College on December 20th by 19. Now upcoming Saturday night, North Star here in Geneva. Then they go on the road as Wyatt Patchett will head to the line to shoot 2. They go on the road at Weedsport, at Hornell, at Early College, and then they'll host Wellsville on January 15th as we get a look at that schedule.
What a schedule. Yeah.
And, of course, Geneva's going to have that game against North Star before they first free throw's good. Continue with their Finger Lakes East schedule.
That last foul was on Benedict, too.
His first is Patchett makes 1 of 2. And they didn't give him the point. Lehue for 3. Could have used that one. Good work by Connor Tomian.
Nice play.
So that'll do it after 1 period of play. Your score here from Geneva. Panthers 15, Marcus Whitman 8. We'll be right back with second quarter action.
Generations Bank is celebrating 150 years of serving and supporting our hometowns. Visit mygenbank.com for the best choices in checking, savings, home equities, mortgages, and much more. Generations has been the Finger Lakes Bank since 1870. Generations Bank, member FDIC. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Thruway Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. Browse their full Cramtastic new and used vehicle inventory online at BillCramChevrolet.com, supporting high school athletes for the past 50 years. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
And welcome back to Geneva. Second quarter action just underway. For Geneva, it's Pereira. Mike Bowler into the ball game, along with Jaheim Jackson for the first time. There's Jackson with the basketball swinging around the outside. Nate Askin, younger brother of Nick, and there's Nate trying a 3-ball, and he knocks it down. 17-8. We had a little discrepancy with the scoreboard that we corrected during our commercial break. Panthers lead by 9 as they loft it up for Tomey and takes one dribble, kicks it back out top to Benedict. Benedict now drives straight to the hoop, lays it up, can't get the roll. And now pushing it the other way. Here comes Nasir Harrison. Pulls up, foul line jumper, no good. Real nice box out there by Noah Hildreth.
One of the things you're going to find that Coach O'Connor is going to have his kids doing the little things, the boxing out, the hustling, diving the floor for loose balls. You don't have to worry about that from a Greg O'Connor coach team. They'll do the fundamentally right things.
This time they get it across. Benedict bounce pass to Tomian. Pump fakes, shuffled his feet, or a foul on the ground. They got a foul on the floor before the shot. So
That was textbook press break right there. Had somebody in the middle, and guys flashed up the wings.
So Whitman will inbound underneath their own basket. This beautiful new facility in Geneva, just the second year it's been open. Inbound pass on the baseline to Royston out top. They swing it. Benedict's tries a three ball. No. And a good rebound by Jackson. Gets it to Harrison. Now that's Nate asking into the corner to Jackson. Leaves it back for Harrison. Harrison into the paint, falls over. Benedict's has it. Up ahead it goes. Royston tries to get it to the middle of the Lehue. Collects into the lane. Hangs and finishes with a circus shot.
Wow. Geneva's deflected so many passes already tonight. Just getting their hands on it, throwing off the timing of Whitman. Whitman's still maintaining possession. It's just that it takes them out of the fast break that they had there.
And again, right now with Geneva, I think they just have one starter on the floor.
I don't think there's any starters.
Yeah, there might not be any starters, right? Harrison didn't start the game, so very deep. Jackson into the lane, hangs, can't finish off the front of the rim, but another offensive rebound, and Tomian fouled Bowler as he went up for the putback.
It's got to be 7 offensive rebounds already for Geneva.
Here's a look at that finish from Lehue. Kind of hung in there and tossed it up high on the backboard and got it to go. And Bowler misses the first free throw. Jason Hunt producing tonight's broadcast, along with Jeremy Hunt on camera number 1, Nate Sharman on camera number 2. Of course, I'm Jim Sinicropi, sitting next to Kevin Sharp here along the baseline in Geneva. 6 minutes to go, first half, and there's a three ball from Lehue, his second one of the night.
I think he's got 9 of the 13, doesn't he? 2 threes and an one.
Oh, that's right. He does have 9. I had him for 8, and the Whitman Wildcats are within 5 here. Stolen by Benedict. Bounce pass to Royston, leaves it off. Wow. For Hildreth, who floats it over the front of the rim, and it's a 3-point ball game here with 5:32 to go in the first half.
A lot of white jerseys at the scorer's table.
That could be the second on Benedict. Yep, they did give it to Benedict. Now he's probably going to have a seat as Harrod checks in. Get a look at some of the action around the Wayne Finger Lakes over the next couple of days here. Minders in Skinny Atlas for a holiday tournament. Junior Martin back into the game, gets it into the corner for Nick Askin. Now up top to Liam Ryan. Askin finds Bossard, and they swing it around. That's Ryan in the corner in front of Coach O'Connor, and Martin kind of got a little ahead of himself there. Thought about the dunk maybe.
Bang.
And there's a three ball from Noah Hildreth. He's got 5 points in the second quarter, and we're all tied up.
Beautiful. Love it. Got a game again.
So coming up on the Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime report, Waterloo head coach Tim Darnell will join us in the broadcast booth. Be fun to talk to one of your former players at Clyde, right?
Love Tim Darnell.
And wanted to just give you a chance to mention some of our sponsors for tonight's ball game. Like Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Visit them online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. And Brad Van Dusen Photography, bvdsports.com. You can check out all the great work he does. He actually was at my daughter's JV game, and I purchased a photo that he took of her that was a great photo, and I turned it into a poster.
It was a beautiful shot.
Gave it to her for Christmas. It's now on the wall of her bedroom. And, of course, It's a Wonderful Run 5K. Another great event in the books, 11 of them, raising over $70,000 for charity last year. The final numbers aren't in on this year's run, but they're at It's a Wonderful Run 5K.com. So all knotted up here, 4:46 to go. Liam Ryan picks up his dribble, hands it off to Junior Martin. Martin kicks it over to Kerr. Baseline it goes to Bossert on the block, spins and finishes. Strong move. Seven different Panthers have scored thus far here with 4:24 to go in the first half. Again, Seth Benedict on the bench with 2 fouls, and with 21 seconds left on the shot clock, Whitman will inbound near midcourt.
Yeah, Prendergast has 2 fouls as well.
Both on the bench for Coach O'Connor as Harrod kicks it over to Hildreth, who drives, hangs, a little scoop shot. Count it!
Just have to love how Whitman plays.
It's tough to see much difference between Noah Hildreth and Aiden Royston and, Jordan Lehue.
It's just like Geneva. I mean, they've got guys that are all the same player, and they can all handle the ball. They can all shoot it, all smart.
As he completes the three-point play. 8 points in the second quarter for Hildreth. And Whitman on top, 21-20 here with 4 minutes to go, second quarter. Bossert drives. Looks like they're going to pick up Aiden Royston there.
I think of Harrod. I think it was on 3.
Yep. Just his first foul.
That's the thing that Geneva, I think, has over Whitman is that the guards are so much bigger. Seem like stronger kids where you can get the ball into the post and isolate some of the guards for Whitman.
And Martin finishes that one up. His first points of the second quarter. He's got 7 on the evening. And Geneva back on top by 1. Tomian looking to set a pick there for Harrod. Now into the corner it goes to Royston. Skips it up top to Hildreth. Royston drives left side, hangs over Martin. Man, did Martin get up or what?
He was way up.
And now Liam Ryan looks to attack. Picks up his dribble. Bossert in the corner. Blocked by Connor Tomian. And up ahead it goes to Royston. Tried to touch it over there to Hildreth, and it's out of bounds. And we've got a foul.
Another deflection that took away a layup. They're getting their hands on a lot of Whitman's passes.
So Hildreth back to the line. He just made his first free throw to cap off the three-point play moments ago. And he misses the first. You get a replay here of that drive. Oh, look how high. That was one that Martin looked like he could have grabbed onto the top of the backboard there.
He's definitely athletic. Wow.
And, he's coming off a fairly serious injury a couple years ago in AAU.
A couple years ago down in Cortland, he broke his knee. It was dislocated severely. It was really nasty. A lot of these kids have played with the Newark kids, AAU basketball. Mm-hmm. Harrison, Martin, and Jackson. LU.
Pass was a little off the mark. Looked like a set play there for Martin. Well, Martin's just a junior. We're going to see a lot of him over the next couple years. Three ball on the way and off the mark. Full gymnasium. Marcus Whitman travels well. And this, again, Sharpie, without a big schedule night. A lot of general interest fans who just want to come out and see a good basketball game.
I've seen a dozen people or so here from Newark here watching this game. I see that some of the Wayne kids are here.
Oh, great inbound pass, but Royston couldn't finish. And now Bossert the other way lays it in off the glass. And Bossert has 6. Geneva back up 2. 2:17 to go, first half. Tomian tries a 3 from the corner. No. Up big is Harrison with it for that rebound.
Yep, travel.
And he traveled.
Yep.
So 2:05 to go. Whitman trails by 2. They have the basketball. We're going to see more full court pressure here from the Panthers. Again, you could argue that Benedict and Pendergrass could be the top 2 guys on this Whitman squad, both on the bench with 2 fouls.
Absolutely. I like the way Whitman's holding together while arguably the 2 best players. Although, I mean, there's so many good players for Whitman that, you know, Lehue and Harad.
Tomian. Hangs can't finish. An offensive foul. Not sure about that one.
Marcus Whitman, number 32, Connor Tomian, that's his second.
So that's a second, and Tomian there. Looks like Coach O'Connor is going to stick with him.
Yeah, if they can weather the storm and keep it within 6 here with 3 of their players with 2 fouls, come out of halftime and let them play a full half of basketball.
They trail by 2. Ryan gets blocked by Tomian. Into the corner. Harrison now drives. Thinks better of it. Out to Kerr for 3. Yes! 5-point lead for Geneva. Royston's going to need help here. Tomian flashes to the ball. They get it across. 1:13 to go, first half. Lehue pulls up, lets fire, and knocks it down right between the eyes. Third three-pointer of the first half for Lehue. And they pull back to within 2 points of the host Panthers with 55 seconds to go, first period. And they turn it over. Royston coming the other way. Behind the back. Leaves it off. Now Tomian in the corner. Baseline. Out top. Lehue thought about another 3, but closing out on him is Patchett. Lets it go!
Holy.
Right between the eyes! Timeout, Geneva.
No, he didn't call timeout. I wonder what's going on.
And we got a little DeSanto propane heat check for the junior. Lehue. 4 first half three-pointers.
Great help.
Now Whitman up by 1. Shot clock's off. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Kerr with it.
Yep, travel.
And I think that so Geneva with just 13 points this quarter. And with 10 seconds left, Lehue.
He's counting. It's going to be a 5. There you go. He backed off. If Liam stayed on him, it would have been a 5.
4 seconds, 3 seconds. Lehue, fadeaway 3.
He's feeling it. Oh.
No, well short. So fun half of basketball, Sharpie. We're halfway home.
Wow, game of runs so far.
So when we come back, it'll be the Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime report. Waterloo head coach Tim Darnell will be with us. Your score at the half. Whitman 28, Geneva 27. It's high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, celebrating 23 years in the Finger Lakes with locations at 22 Main Street in Waterloo, 40 Exchange Street in Geneva, and Del Lago Resort and Casino. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. For your life, home, auto, and future. Whether it's your first car, second home, or third child, the experienced professionals at Finger Lakes Partners can recommend the coverage that best utilizes and protects your assets. With offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo, and online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. 4 generations strong, DeSanto Propane is a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com or call 1-800-752-4574 and look for DeSanto Propane on Facebook. Ferrara Lumber has been locally owned for 3 generations and is more than just a lumber and building supplier. Stop in on Baird Street in Seneca Falls to browse their full section of power tools, hardware, lawn and garden, painting, and plumbing supplies, and talk to their experienced staff before planning your next home improvement project. Brad Van Dusen Photography is a full-service photographer serving the Finger Lakes region, offering family, senior, and wedding portraits, also specializing in sports photos, collages, banners, and other keepsakes for your student athlete. For more information, find Brad on Facebook or visit bradvannewsandphotography.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo, well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, salads, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Stever's Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmer's Auto and Stever's Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. It's a Wonderful Run 5K. It's a winter run like no other through the streets of Seneca Falls, the town that inspired Frank Capra's holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Learn more and register at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Red's Place in downtown Seneca Falls, locally owned for 43 years and serving great lunches Monday through Friday from 11:30 to 2 p.m. Legendary soups, wraps, salads, and the best burgers in town. For over 65 years, the Wilson Press has been serving Central New York as commercial printers with a full-service mail house. Specializing in offset and digital printing, graphic design services, full mail house services, marketing and advertising plans, and fundraising programs, call them today at 315-568-9693 or visit them online at wpress.com. Connie's Diner on Main Street in Waterloo has the ambiance you will only find in a true diner. Let the Cardazola family serve your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner from their vast menu of time-tested favorites and original recipes. Visit them online at connieswaterloo.com. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing, website development, hosting, multimedia production, and home of the most popular website and mobile app in the Finger Lakes. Help FingerLakes1.com bring you more great live local sports coverage by becoming a supporter at patreon.com/FL1.
It's Big Truckin' Deals here at Bill Cram Chevrolet. Check out this cram-tastic inventory for big truckin' deals. Whatever truck you're looking for, we've got the inventory. Trucks for towing, trucks for family, trucks for work, and trucks for fun. Whatever you're into, we've got a big truckin' deal waiting for you. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. See all our truckin' deals at BillCramChevrolet.com.
And welcome back inside Geneva High School. Your score at the half, Marcus Whitman 28, Geneva 27, up and down. First half of basketball. It's time for the Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime report. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet on routes 5 and 20 between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. And Jim Sinicropi here along with Kevin Sharp. Happy to be joined with Waterloo head coach Tim Darnell in the broadcast booth, first year head coach. And how much of your coaching style did you impart from being coached by this guy in 1993 on the way to the state title in Clyde?
Quite a bit. I mean, that was a great year. People still talk to us all the time about it, bring it up. But I was lucky, and so were our teammates, to have himself and Coach DeSanto coach us that year. It was great. I learned quite a bit, and we do stuff to this day.
Well, you know how coaches or people say that coaches shouldn't have favorites?
Right.
Well, that's a bunch of hooey, because I'll tell you, the coaches' favorites are the ones that work hard, they come to practice every day, they're good students, they're good citizens, and, you know, I couldn't be more proud of what Tim has done throughout his, not just coaching, but the way he lives his life. Tim's just done a phenomenal job. He's a role model for any kid out there. So it's great to have you back in Section 5 and back in the Finger Lakes.
Thanks. I'm
so
glad to be back.
You had been coaching at Union Springs. What attracted you to apply and eventually, take over the program at Waterloo?
Well, Waterloo's, they have great facilities there. That gym is it's phenomenal. You can do a lot of camps and other things in there. It was a good opportunity to get back to Section 5. We moved to Seneca Falls, my family did. And it's still close to where I teach at Union Springs. I know they had a great season last year, Waterloo did, and I thought maybe there's something I could bring to the table to help the program.
Sure, and last year was a bit of a resurgence for Waterloo, who've been struggling. They had a winning record last year. A little disappointing end of the season with the first round loss to Geneva in the sectionals. Have you guys set goals for this year's team?
Absolutely. I do that with all my teams. We'll do it team goals, we'll do individual goals. And I think our guys have done a pretty good job so far of trying to meet what we've set. Everything is not based on wins and losses. Some of it was we wanted to change the perception of the program from the outside. Yep. And I think we're slowly doing that and hopefully getting respect for the way we play and for the way we conduct ourselves and act. And we're getting better on the court too. So I think we do those things. Winning takes care of itself if you're able to do that.
That's right. Well, that's one thing, Tim, I wanted to make sure that I mentioned to you is that, I've watched probably 4 or 5 Waterloo games last year and came away less than impressed with how they acted on the court. When I saw you one time this year against Newark, and I thought the kids, it was a 180-degree turnaround from what they've done in the past. So you are making a difference there. I mean, from somebody that's an outsider that looks looking in. Now, you might not see it as much because you're on top of it, but from what I see from afar, you're definitely making a difference there.
Thanks.
And a fun group, really talented group,
Absolutely.
Deep group, and looking at the Finger Lakes East standings through Christmas Day here, you guys currently stand 1 game back of Wayne. You haven't played Wayne yet. You're tied with Newark at 3-1. Of course, you beat Newark, or Newark beat you guys, and then Wayne. We get a look right there on our screen. Wayne also beat Newark in a great game last Friday, but really tough league. This Geneva team sitting a game and a half back. It seems to me to be a true 4-way race, and I didn't anticipate Wayne necessarily being as good as they appear to be. Talk a little bit about Wayne.
Wayne's very good. I haven't seen them in person yet. I saw them play Geneva on film, and I'm going to see them tomorrow night. But Wayne is young. They're well coached. They're very smart. I think they have a great basketball IQ on the court. You can tell the kids love playing together. Their 2-3 they're really good. I mean, that's what they play, and they do it well. I don't think they're going to beat themselves either. Right. And they have the tradition from the last 2 or 3 years of being really good.
Yeah, that was what was amazing with the turnover that they had to come out and have the start to the season. And of course, you get 2 for 1. You're scouting their game against Greece Olympia, and of course you have Olympia, South Seneca Saturday, and then Olympia next week.
Yep, at Olympia next Friday. So we got to go up there. That'll be a challenge, going up into Monroe County there. So, but it's a big game for us. It's a big game for sectional points, things like that, and try to keep it rolling. We've won 3 in a row, so we hope we can keep it going.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to stop by, and
Thanks
we're going to be seeing you certainly several times this season. Enjoy the second half.
Thanks,
we're
guys.
about ready to get underway. Thanks, Coach. Got it. And second half action is now underway, with Pendergrass and Benedict's both out on the court after those 2 first half fouls. Starting lineup also for Geneva on the court. Whitman, Sharpie with that 1-point lead at times early on. It looked like Geneva might run away with it. Whitman couldn't buy a bucket, but Jordan Lehue with 14 first half points really kept them in it with some hot outside shooting.
Absolutely.
And there comes Martin the other way off the turnover. Picks it up. 3 ball on the way from Bossard, way off the mark. Nice box out by Benedict, but then nobody got it.
Go get it.
Still out of bounds to Whitman. Yeah, I'll run through the first half scoring real quick. For Whitman, it was Jordan Lehue with 14, 4 3-pointers, 9 for Noah Hildreth, 3 for Seth Benedict, 2 for Connor Tomian. For Geneva, they spread it out quite a bit. It was Junior Martin leading the way with 7, 6 for Parker Bossard, 5 points for Jagger Kerr, 3 for Nate Askin, 2 for Nasir Harrison and Liam Ryan, and 1 point for Wyatt Patchett. So into the block it goes to Pendergrass. He spins, has it knocked away, and into the hands of Geneva, but they throw it right away.
Lehue was all over the court.
Benedict for 3, wide open, off the mark. Askin with the rebound. Now Bossard takes it to Pendergrass and finishes off the glass. 8 points for Parker Bossard. So, sure, it's got to be kind of cool for you to see a kid that you coached in high school now coaching, and he seems to be doing all the right things in Waterloo, Coach Darnell.
They don't get any better than Tim Darnell as far as a person goes. He was just a pleasure to coach and a pleasure to be. I count him as a friend. We talk probably once a week, either through text or call, and I'm really following the Waterloo Indians this year. I really want him to do well.
Well, they are off to a great start. Even that loss in Newark, it seemed like they were,
they were right in the game.
Yeah, it seemed like they were getting dominated, and then at the end, they're one possession, away.
I think that's just a little rustiness on Benedict's part there, just over Pendergrass's reach, out of Pendergrass's reach.
And again, this is a Class B1 Geneva team playing against a C1 Whitman team. As Martin kicks it over to Askin, up top to Kerr, and there's Liam Ryan. Tries to feed Bossard on the point, and Liam Pendergrass just picked up his third foul.
Oh, that's
kind
huge
of
for Geneva.
Silly spot there.
He's staying in the game.
Way up top to Ryan, over the head of Lehue. Now Ryan drives against Lehue, takes it to Pendergrass. They got another foul.
No.
They're going to get Pendergrass with number 4. Just like that, I think.
Oh, no.
Yep, and to the bench he goes. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
So 4 fouls on Pendergrass just 2 minutes into the second half as Liam Ryan knocks down the first. Yeah, you might want to see that one be a no call, but in the same regard, you don't want to pick up the first foul was the silly one.
Right. Whitman's got 5 guards on the floor right now.
Lehue up top, swings it all the way around to the corner to Hildreth. Benedict now with it. Has it stolen away. Yeah, no call. And now Liam Ryan into the paint, hangs and finishes. Almost stolen on the inbound. Yep, Benedict's had his foot on the baseline when he touched it. And now Geneva's opened up a 5-point lead. The big man, senior Pendergrass, on the bench with 4 fouls. Probably won't see him again until the 4th period. And Benedict steals it right back. Doesn't have numbers. He's trailed from behind and slapped away by Nick Askin.
Wow. Contact there.
Here you get a look at the replay of Liam Ryan's drive and finish. Nice little floater. Lehue left open. Can't get that one to go. Good hustle by Benedict to steal it away. Goes baseline, reverse layup. Good.
Shot.
5 points for Seth Benedict. Back to a 3-point game, 33-30.
Wow. Yeah, very athletic, Martin.
9 points for Martin. Back and forth we go. Hildreth got himself in trouble there. Resulted in a turnover. Both teams a few more turnovers, I think, than they like as Bossard misses on the drive. Benedict throws it way up ahead. Back to Royston, one dribble. Martin goes for the block, but crafty finish with the right hand by Aiden Royston, his first points of the game. And we've got a timeout with a Geneva holding a 3-point lead.
I think it's time. Whitman called the timeout. Just a game of runs. Geneva starts out with a 6-point run to start the quarter to take a lead. Whitman just scored the last 4. So, I mean, it's I like the way they're playing. They're going at it hard.
I get a little replay here. Benedict's kind of stole it away after the rebound and then had to go reverse. Martin was looming behind him. Give me a chance to tell you about Red's Place in downtown Seneca Falls. The best lunch in town, and Thursday night taco night is back at Red's Place. And, of course, Wilson Press and Mailhouse online at wpress.com. And I always like to get out to Connie's Diner in Waterloo. Their full menu's online at connieswaterloo.com. Martin rises for three. That's way too strong and into the hands of Lehue. Lehue coast to coast, hangs, kicks it out to Benedict. Now they swing it up top. Three ball on the way and off the iron.
Good hustle by Lehue. Martin comes away with it, though.
Now Martin to the basket. Has it knocked away by Royston into the hands of Lehue. So 3:55 to go here, third period. It's a 3-point ball game. Jim Sinicropi, Kevin Sharp for Finger Lakes 1. Glad you could join us here on the day after Christmas. Is another turnover. Parker Barsard going the other way, and they got a foul. They're going to count the bucket. Strong finish for Parker Barsard.
You know, things nice about watching this game and being here, and right now there's 10 tough kids on the court. I mean, they're all going at it. This game's played at an extremely high level. You know, they're going after each other. I love it. I love watching this kind of basketball.
Yeah, a lot of the turnovers are just caused by hustle. It's everybody getting arms and passing lanes and contesting drives. There's another turnover.
He's coming in to correct it, I believe. I think it should be Whitman's ball.
I think it's great when officials try to get it right like this. Of course, they can't go to the monitor, as they do give it back to Whitman.
And there's where a guy like Pete Fravor doesn't have the ego to overrule him. Chapman saw something he didn't see, and he came in and, well, I don't know.
Tough to see on the replay even there. Oh, nice cut, but man, a lot of traffic. So it'll be Geneva basketball after all. They lead by 6, 3:23 to go, and it looks like we got some sort of a bench warning.
Technical.
They did tee him up.
Wow. I think it was on one of the players.
Coach, you see assistant coach Charlie Evangelista over there. Bench technical. Don't know exactly what happened. So there'll be 2 free throws coming for Noah Hildreth. First one rims out.
That's huge. It takes possession away from Geneva, gives a possession to Whitman.
They get 1 point out of it and the basketball. 10 points for Hildreth. And Connor Tomian set to check into the ball game here for Seth Benedict. And there's Lehue, guarded by Liam Ryan. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go to Geneva. Coach O'Connor disagrees. So with 3:14 to go.
I shouldn't let him play up top. There's a lot of hand checking.
Martin. Right hand dribble between the legs into the paint, straight to the hole. Hangs and can't get it to go, but rebounded by Bossard. Puts it back up and in. And Parker Bossard, with 13 points out of the evening, gives Geneva a 7-point lead here with 2:47 to go in the third period. Royston flashes, working against Harrison. Back out top, and a long shot on the way and down from Ryan Harrod, and that's a big bucket. Lead down to 4.
They need to stop here as well.
Askin to Bossard. And ball's on the ground, players on the ground, and we're going to have a jump ball.
Geneva.
Stevers Garage and Jimmers Auto, strong supporters of area high school athletes for several years. Check out their used car inventory at jimmersauto.com. Inbound goes way up top to Harrison. Down to the block to Junior Martin. Hangs in, just finger roll over the front of the rim. He has 11. Lead back up to 6. 2 minutes to go, third period. Here's Tomian with the basketball, guarded by Martin. He's going to try to drive, and then he kicks out top. And work it around the perimeter. Lehue.
You know, I'm not sure if Whitman is running any set plays. I just think that their basketball IQ is so high that it's like a 5-out, and they set screens for each other. They
Kind
go
of
to
like
the
a
open
spread
spot.
type
Yeah.
offense, yeah. What do we got? And a whistle timeout?
Yeah, I believe so.
So Geneva built that lead up to 7, and right now it stands at 6, and just up and down action, and seems like every time Geneva gets ready to pull away, Whitman has a run of their own, and usually from beyond the arc is where they're doing the damage.
They've probably 5 or 6 threes tonight, and Whitman's just not the type of team that's going to go away. You've got to just play basketball against them for 32 solid minutes, because they're not going to beat themselves. One of the things I find interesting is, nowadays student athletes tend to specialize, pick one sport and play one sport. Geneva's got 12 guys on their roster that play 3 sports, and the other 3 play 2 sports. I was talking to Coach O'Connor before the game, and he said that he believes every one of his kids play 3 sports.
Yeah,
I mean, you just don't see that anymore.
You wonder why, more kids don't. You don't have an opportunity, once you get out of high school to play these different sports. You might pick up an intramural or club team in college, but and certainly there's no NBA talent on the floor right now.
Right.
Well, Junior Martin might disagree.
Probably a lot of them would disagree.
Right. So it'll be Whitman ball underneath their own basket with a fresh shot clock. They trail by 6, 1:43 to go here, third period. Reminder that you can support our mission at FingerLakes1.com by becoming a patron at www.patreon.com/FL1. And not sure what the delay is, but we're finally ready to get back underway. And nice cut by Royston, and he traveled. He just kind of went up and down expecting the foul call, never got it.
Yeah, the delay was they were waiting for Martin to tuck his shirt in.
Wow. Harrison basketball guarded by Lehue. Now Harrison pulls up. Bossard loses it. And we got another jump ball. This time it'll be Whitman.
Getting on the floor for it.
.126 to go, third period. More full court pressure from the Panthers. Tomian in the corner. Thought about driving baseline against Martin. Ball slapped away. It'll stay with Marcus Whitman. Royston has it in the corner. Playing catch with Hildreth. And now a 3 ball on the way from Harrod. Second trifecta of the quarter, and the lead down to 3 now. We're inside a minute. Lofted inside to Bossard. One dribble, circus shot, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. He's fouled. Looks like they're going to get Tomian.
Was it him?
Yeah, that's his third. Bossard's first free throw is good.
Bossard is he's so strong. He's got such strength inside, and I'm very impressed tonight with how he's playing.
Having a big third period. Those 2 free throws now make him 3 for 4 on the night from the line and give him 9 points in this quarter alone, 15 on the night. Into the corner for Nick Askin. No.
Great box out.
I tell you, I don't think I've seen a team this year that has boxed out better than the Wildcats. As Tomian tickles the twine. The lead down to 2. 5 points for Tomian. And this here, Harrison takes it to the hole, no good. Martin on the ground after missing. Now Tomian can't get a handle on it. Finally does. Across it goes. 3 ball on the way. No. Back iron into the hands of Harrison. His time runs out. He lets a desperation heave go. And we got a good one here in Geneva. Happy holidays, everybody. Glad you could be with us. We'll be back with 4th quarter action from Geneva with the Panthers leading the Wildcats 44-42. It's high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com.
Generations Bank has celebrated 150 years of serving and supporting our hometowns. Visit mygenbank.com for the best choices in checking, savings, home equities, mortgages, and much more. Generations has been the Finger Lakes Bank since 1870. Generations Bank, member FDIC.
DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info. DISANTO Propane.com or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. DeSanto. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
And welcome back, everybody. We've got a great one brewing up here at the brand new gymnasium here in Geneva. Panthers lead by 2, 44-42. Jim Sinicropi, Kevin Sharp sitting along the baseline here. Geneva High School. And here we go, 1 quarter left to play. It's Harrison, Liam Ryan, Bossard, Jagger Kerr, and Wyatt Patchett on the court now for Geneva, and Harrison shuffled those feet. For Whitman, it's going to be Lehue and Noah Hildreth, Connor Tomian, Ryan Harad, and Royston. So Seth Benedict on the bench right now, and Liam Pendergrass, the big guy, on the bench with those 4 fouls. As another one. 3 ball is down. The long left arm of the law. Ryan Harad, 3 second half 3-pointers. Whitman leads.
Good defense.
Ryan thought about it. Now kicks it over to Bossard. Now he tries the 3, and he answers.
Wow, what a big half he's having so far.
18 points for Parker Bossard, and Geneva's back on top. Tomian in the corner. Working against Ryan, drives, kicks it over to Lehue. Up top to Royston. Swings it over to Harad.
They just never stop moving. They're always moving offensively.
Hildreth from the elbow, no good. Patchett with the rebound. And now Ryan hangs, or that would be Jagger Kerr. Rebounded by Patchett. Kind of threw it away there. It'll be Whitman ball. They trail by 2. And Harad with a hot hand tries again. He comes up well short.
I think Bossard got a hand on it.
Now Jagger Kerr to Bossard on the block. Muscles his way up. Can't get it to go. Man, they're running everything through Parker Bossard.
He's just so strong on the block that he's creating nightmares for the guards for Whitman. That's his 4th.
So Tomian with 4 and Pendergrass with 4. As Pendergrass getting ready to check in here with 6:18 to go. 4th period. Bossard knocks down his 4th straight free throw. Give him 19 on the night. Tomian sits down. And Bossard has now made 5 straight free throws and the lead back to 4. We got a timeout on the court. And with 6:18 to go, I think Geneva just got to guard the perimeter, right? If it wasn't for the three-point ball.
Yeah, I think so, because Whitman doesn't really have hopefully Pendergrass for them can get on track, but they really haven't shown an inside presence today. Mostly it's been outside, so I'd make them force the ball inside, get out at the arc. The thing about both of these teams is you never know. They're so hard to play against because you never know who's going to be the leading scorer.
Yeah.
You know, Bossert tonight with 20 so far.
Yeah, he got him with 20 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, and Whitman's, I think, had 5 out of their 6 games. They've had a different leading scorer. So it's extremely balanced, very hard to prepare against.
And fun to watch, especially on this
Very
Whitman
much.
side. No matter who has the ball, it could go up.
Absolutely.
I mean, Noah Hildreth making the most noise so far in the second half with 3 3-pointers. Or Ryan Harrod, excuse me, he's got the basketball right now. Into Pendergrass on the block, spins and traveled.
Yep.
So not only are you missing time, you know, trying to not pick up an extra foul, but he's got coming in cold here in a tight ball game.
Right.
And so Geneva with a chance to extend that lead here. We're just under 6 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Harrison now to Patchett at the free throw line over to Bossert. Bossert drives baseline right into Pendergrass. Can't get the roll. Pendergrass on the ground. And now it's Jagger Kerr, offensive foul. Lehue drew it. Smart play.
They're just so smart, yeah.
Smart play all around by Bossert taking the baseline to challenge Pendergrass.
Yep.
And now Seth Benedict's into the ball game. So we've got Royston, Hildreth, Pendergrass, Lehue, and Seth Benedict with the basketball. Hands it off to Royston. They swing it around. And then
another deflection.
Here comes Jagger Kerr. Took it right to Pendergrass. It's out of bounds. It's going to go back to Whitman. So
Royston had a layup there, but Jagger Kerr got his hand on the ball and knocked it away. Those things don't show up in the box score, but they're huge factors in the outcome of this game.
5:23 to go in the ball game. Benedict walks it up. Working off a pick from Pendergrass. Gets it to Pendergrass. Driving baseline against Wyatt Patchett. Can't get it to go, and there's a fight for the ball, and it's a jump ball. Stays with Marcus Whitman. As Wyatt Patchett checks out. Junior Martin checks back in along with Nick Askin. Great inbound play, but Royston couldn't finish it. Now here comes Liam Ryan the other way into the paint, picks up his dribble. He had Jagger Kerr wide open on the wing. Now Bossard with it.
Yep.
So Royston picks up his second foul. 16th foul on the Wildcats. Next time they'll be shooting. And Benedict's kind of reached in and knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, he might have got away with a foul there.
Had trouble getting it in, but geez, good catch by Liam Ryan. Was guarded closely by Royston. Now here's Junior Martin working against Pendergrass. Spins right into Benedict's. Now he's on the ground. They fight for it. Benedict's has it, and right into the hands.
Look at the fans.
Of Parker Bossard, as there were fans on the court, and a steal. Should have been a technical foul on those Geneva fans. Boy, after that scrum, that ball came right into the hands of Parker Bossard for the easy layup. And then insult to injury for Whitman throwing it away. They now trail by 6. 4:07 to go in the ball game. They lofted up to Bossard. Nice catch. He hit his head hard, though. That'll ultimately be a turnover. Looks like he's okay.
Boy, they're really starting to turn up the physicality inside. They're really bodying Bossard up now. Him and Benedict are battling hard.
Well, you know, Whitman going for that sectional title in Class C1. 2 years ago, they lost in the semis. Last year, they lost in the Blue Cross Arena. As Pendergrass can't get it to roll. Big rebound by Junior Martin This is the type of team they're going to have to beat.
Yep.
Now, I don't think that this Whitman crew will be satisfied with anything less than a sectional title this year. Is Junior Martin, wow. Now, he has 13 points. And the lead up to 8, the biggest lead since the first quarter. Whitman's always had an answer. And this time it's a little floater off the hands of Noah Hildreth. No good. The ball go back to Geneva. 3:16 to go. Get a replay here of this impressive drive and finish after the travel by Devon Martin. Martin on the baseline against Pendergrass. Thought about a 3. Leaves it off for Liam Ryan, working off a pick, pulls up and can't get it to go, but a nice offensive rebound by Parker Bossard. One dribble, we got another scrum, kicks it out, asking for 3. And what do we got, a timeout?
Yep, timeout.
Before that shot fired off, Coach Desrin got the timeout. It was a good call because that shot did not draw iron.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm really impressed with the intensity both teams have brought here to the gym tonight. You know, and even if Whitman comes out on the losing end of this game, it's still a lot better than what would be a 40-point win possibly in the Finger Lakes West.
Right.
These are the types of teams, like you said, they're going to have to play in the sectionals to get a sectional title. You know, I really applaud him for going out and getting the schedule. It made it harder on his athletic director because now they got to find 20 games, they're just finding 6. And they were able to load their schedule up with perennial sectional finals teams.
And of course, it was last year they lost to C.G. Finney in the Blue Cross Arena. Really good Finney team that went on to beat Lions in Newark in the state playing game. So, yeah, you know, if you look back at their past few years, they were Finger Lakes West tri-champs along with Naples and Bloomfield in 2015-16. Then they really started to kick things up, going 16-0 in the league in 16-17.
Yeah.
Finger Lakes West champs. 17-18, they go 15-1. They lose to North Star Christian in the semis, and then last year another undefeated season in the West, 20-3 overall, but that loss to C.G. Finney in the Blue Cross Arena. This group's been together for some time, and I don't think they're going to be satisfied with anything less than a sectional block, and that's what this whole season's been set up to prepare for. Right now they trail by 8, 2:40 to go in the ball game. As Nick Askin kicks it over to Ryan.
Oh, hit him back door.
Ryan baseline hangs short, pulled down by Lehue, looks to push it ahead. Gets to the corner to Royston, threw it over the head of Pendergrass, but Benedict's now has it. Top of the key, in and out, and big rebound by Martin, and Liam Pendergrass just fouled out of the ball game.
It's a tough one.
Battling for that rebound against Junior Martin. So a disappointing night for Pendergrass. Fouls out with 2:16 to go here in the fourth period. Scoreless on the night. Spent much of the night on the bench.
Tough night for Liam.
And now checking into the ball game is Hildreth. Hildreth had 9 first-half points, just 1 so far here in the second half. And it'll be free throws for Devon Martin. And it's time for us to start thinking about our Chichinos player of the game as Martin misses, but Jagger Kerr comes down with the offensive rebound. And open for 3 is Nick Askin. His first points of the ball game opens this thing right up. It's an 11-point lead now with 2 minutes to go. And if Geneva were to hold on and win this game, I think we got to be looking at getting Parker Bossard over here.
I couldn't agree more.
Now Benedict gets it to a cutting Royston, out to Lehue. Lehue pump fake, let's fly. No good, and Royston can't come down with it. Jagger Kerr controls. And Geneva with 11-point lead, going to take their time maybe. Nope, Bossard takes it to the hole, finishes. Big game for Parker Bossard. 24 points.
Yeah, he's done it all tonight, too.
He's going to be our Chichinos Pizzeria player of the game as we got an offensive foul going back to Geneva. And there he is. Archicino's Pizzeria Player of the Game. We'll be talking to him on the post-game show, unless Marcus Whitman has a one last run in him. They trail by 13. And Bossard's been doing a lot of work down on the block despite not being the tallest guy on the court.
Absolutely. I mean, again, like I said earlier, it just happens to be his night where he's put the team on his back here in the second half. And you said he's got 24 points, 18 of them come in the second half?
Yeah.
You know, and he's probably only missed a couple shots. Very efficient with his scoring. Really impressed with his strength, just his knowledge. It looks like Whitman's putting some substitutes in here.
So a nice win, hold and serve on their home court for Geneva. If they do hold on, they'll improve to 5-1 on the season. And Whitman will fall to 5-2. And Whitman will be back in action on Saturday night here in Geneva against North Star Christian. Geneva be back in action tomorrow night on this court against North Star Christian. Both of those should be great ball games as well.
Yeah.
And then Lions will be taking on North Star Christian at the Community Center on January 3rd.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's the 3rd, yep.
So, yeah, we do have wholesale substitutions for Whitman. As Zach Lovejoy was into the ball game, along with Carson Miller, although they check out now as Benedict and Lehue check back in. And these are potentially some of our upcoming webcasts, but that is incorrect, Jason. That we have not finalized anything yet in terms of our upcoming webcast schedule. We will be in the Atwood Gymnasium for Clyde Lions on January 9th. That's the only thing I can tell you. We'll have more about where we're going to be next on the Upstate Hoops podcast at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. I didn't catch who made those free throws, did you?
Oh, I didn't.
And deep three in and out. And rebounded by Liam Ryan as we have 1 minute to go. The lead balloons to 15. The final score will really not indicate how close a game this was. Fourth quarter's been all Geneva. And, frankly, this isn't a league game for Geneva. Those free throws were Jagger Kerr.
He's back at the line.
Non-league game. Whitman maybe with an opportunity to get more sectional points playing the bigger school. But, I think it's a big win for Geneva in terms of knowing that they beat a really good basketball team here in their home gym.
Absolutely.
Moving forward as they move into more Finger Lakes East play. As Martin with the rebound now with 46 seconds to go. Push it up ahead to Kerr. Stay with us for the Little John Orthodontics Smiles with Style postgame show. We'll talk to Parker Bossard, Archicino's Pizzeria Player of the Game.
We've been talking about Whitman with their schedule, but you got to give props to Geneva as well for scheduling Whitman and North Star to come in here to play. So I think Coach Desiree's doing the right thing, challenging themselves outside the league.
And again, a lot of coaches focus on those sectional points. They won't play a team down in classification like this because there's too much to lose sectional point wise. So credit to Geneva. I personally was never a fan of that line of thinking. It all shakes out at the end of the year.
Not when you have 20 games, right.
So that'll about do it here with 3 seconds left. Your final score will be Geneva 60, Marcus Whitman 45. And again, stay with us for the Little John Ortho Smiles with Style postgame show coming up next here. Once again, your final score from Geneva: Panthers 60, Wildcats 45. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors.
Help FingerLakes1.com bring you more great live local sports coverage by becoming a supporter at patreon.com/FL1. Generations Bank is celebrating 150 years of serving and supporting our hometowns. Visit mygenbank.com for the best choices in checking, savings, home equities, mortgages, and much more. Generations has been the Finger Lakes Bank since 1870. Generations Bank, member FDIC.
Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. See all our trucking deals at BillCramChevrolet.com.
Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
All right, welcome back inside the Panther's Den. Is that what you guys call it?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Final score, Geneva 60, Marcus Whitman 45. Game was closer than the final score would indicate, but pulling away in the end was Geneva with some physical play at both ends of the court. And we're joined here for the Littlejohn Orthodontics Smiles with Style postgame show with our player of the game, Parker Bossard, senior with a big second half, 6 first half points, and geez, I think I have you finishing with 24. Is that career high maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were really getting it done inside, a little physical play.
Yeah, it's a little different this year. I've usually been a guard, handling the ball like a backup point guard or a two guard, but I'm playing down low this year because we don't have a ton of height besides Devon Martin. So yeah, it's a really different role, but I like it.
Yeah, played good tonight.
Parker, correct me if I'm wrong, it's your third year on the varsity?
Yeah.
And one of the things that impresses me about your team is that you never know who's going to step up and be that leading scorer. Tonight it was you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a former coach, it makes it very difficult to prepare against a team like yours because on any given night, any one of you guys can go off for 24 points.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you guys have gotten so much bigger and stronger over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the ball in the block, and it was – no doubt it was getting up to the rim, and you made just about every one of your shots tonight. So congratulations. I thought you played a phenomenal game, both offensively and defensively.
Thank you.
So, you know, coming into this game against an opponent you probably haven't seen much of, Marcus Whitman, you know, what was Coach doing to get you prepared for this whole weekend? You have North Star Christian tomorrow night. Did he say anything specific?
We knew they were going to be a very scrappy, gritty man-to-man team. They're known for that. You got good guards. They can handle the ball, and then they have the big kid. We handled him pretty well tonight, but he can give people problems if he gets the ball on the block.
Sure, absolutely. Looking at the Finger Lakes East now, getting North Star Christian in your next game, with not a league game, but you know, Wayne's off to a good start, and right now Newark and Waterloo are just a game back with one loss. You're a game back, 2 games back in the win column, 1 game in the loss, game and a half, but it looks to be a pretty interesting 4-way race maybe. Mm-hmm. Any comments on, you know, how the league's going to shake out this year in the Finger Lakes East?
Honestly, I don't know. Wayne's a really well-coached team. They always have. They have Blankenberg and the Reynolds kid, and they have other kids that can make plays. Newark's length is a real problem, and we all know Waterloo can shoot the lights out time on any given night. So they're dangerous as well.
Pretty good analysis. You might be in trouble.
No doubt. They're very good, Parker. That was great. Yeah, you know, the top 4 teams in the league. I was here when you guys played Wayne. And you guys could have won that game.
Yeah.
You know, so I think any given night, any one of those teams in the top 6 could beat any other team if you don't come ready to play.
Yeah.
And I know that Coach Desering will have you ready to play every night because, I mean, you hit the nail on the head with what you were going to face with Whitman. You know, so he imparted that on you guys, so you knew what to expect, and that's exactly how I saw them play. You know, just how you said it.
Yeah.
So.
Did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
Yeah, I did.
Well, I got one more thing for you here. Is our Cicino's Pizzeria player of the game. It's a gift certificate for a free large cheese pizza, Geneva, Waterloo locations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And so you got North Star tomorrow, as I mentioned. You guys got North Star tomorrow night, right? Right back here in Geneva. And then his coach set any season-long goals for your team?
We got to win the league. League's obviously really competitive this year, and it's always a nice thing to make it to Blue Cross and compete for the brick too. So, but we got to win the league first. And
is it a disappointing season if you don't win the Finger Lakes East? Or if you don't win a sectional title?
It would be below our standards. I feel like that we believe that we're a team that can be any team on any given night because our athleticism this year. It's a different way we play. Last year we would slow down the ball and feed it to Akim and Reed, but this year we don't have that real back to the basket guy right now. So we want more run and gun.
You feel like it's more of your team along with Liam Ryan and Jagger, where last year you had it was kind of Reed's team as the senior in the team?
We all feel like we can, like he said, anyone can score 24 points at any given night. So we all feel comfortable playing together. We gel well together on the court.
It definitely shows.
Yeah.
It definitely shows.
Well, congratulations. We'll let you get back home and have some leftover Christmas cookies and all that good stuff. But a great game and a great win for Geneva.
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right, so there's our player of the game, Parker Bossard. Am I saying it right? Bossard? Okay, good. That's how I said all night. Good job. Good job. All right, so Sharpie, the game, even though it was a 15-point game, I think it really lived up to what we were hoping for. I mean, it was a really hard-fought game and was tight until the end.
Yeah, with about 4 minutes left, it was a 6-point game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anybody could have won that game down the stretch. But how about Parker Bossard, huh? Well, that was a great post-game interview. I mean, I didn't know much about him coming in, but now I'm a fan of his. I mean, the way he handles himself, not only on the court but here, was just phenomenal. You don't see too many young men acting like that.
And that was a career high, 24 points for him. And he wasn't like overly ecstatic about the fact that he scored those 24 points. But man, they were hard-fought points.
They sure were. In traffic, but again, he rebounded both offensively and defensively. He just had an outstanding game.
I'll run through the scoring here real quick. Parker Bossard led all scorers with 24 for Geneva. Devon Martin with 13. Jagger Kerr with 7. Liam Ryan with 5. Nick Askin and Nate Askin with 3 apiece. 1 point for Wyatt Patchett. For Marcus Whitman, it was Jordan Lehue with 14 points on 4 first-half three-pointers. No points in the second half for Jordan. Noah Hildreth with 10. Ryan Harrod, 9 points, 3 three-pointers all in the second half. 5 for Seth Benedict, 5 for Connor Tomian, 2 for Aiden Royston. And if there's one thing that was disappointing, it was the big man, Liam Prendergrass, the senior for Whitman. Probably was going to need to pay a role for them to step up and beat a larger Geneva school. Early foul trouble. We didn't see much of Prendergrass tonight.
He's got to be pretty disappointed in tonight's game, but he's still got at least 15 games left this year. I'm sure he's going to be much improved over what happened tonight. I mean, he still played hard. He just had some tough breaks go against him.
Well, Merry Christmas, Sharpie.
Thanks, my pleasure.
I always enjoy watching a high school basketball game with you.
I love it.
Again, not sure exactly when we'll be back online, but check out the Upstate Hoops podcast this Sunday morning at 10 a.m., and we'll fill you in on some of those details there. And, again, for our entire broadcast crew, our cameraman Jeremy Hunt, Nate Sharman also on camera, our producer Jason Hunt, my broadcast partner Kevin Sharp. I'm Jim Sinicropi. Happy holidays. Thanks for joining us for live high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com. Once again, your final, Geneva 60, Marcus Whitman 45. Have a great night.